Hi everybody, this is Shan in the studio, and today we're talking about a painting of a motorcycle that I've done by a company that was founded in the 1800s. Hi everybody and welcome back to the studio. Today we're going to be talking about the Royal Enfield Motorcycle Company. This is the oldest continuous motorcycle manufacturer in the world. It all started in 1891 when the founders purchased a needle manufacturing company in Redditch, England. They moved on to make bicycles, lawnmowers, stationary engines, and later motorcycles. In 1893, they won a contract to make rifle parts for the Royal Small Arms Factory in Enfield Lock. In celebration of this, they trademarked the name Royal Enfield. This legacy of weapons manufacturing is reflected in their logo, which is a cannon, and the motto, "Made like a gun, goes like a bullet." In 1898, they created a motorized tricycle. 1901 was their first motorcycle revealed to the world. And in 1932, they came out with their iconic Bullet motorcycle. This here is actually a modernized version, probably from 2004, 2007. And it's a 500cc ES Bullet Classic. Royal Enfield also did their part for the war efforts. In World War I, they supplied a motorcycle that came with a Vickers machine gun sidecar that could be turned skyward and shoot down low-flying aircraft. They supplied large numbers of motorcycles to the British War Department and later got a contract with the Imperial Russian government. During World War II, they designed motorcycles that they nicknamed the Flying Fleas. They were dropped by parachute with airborne troops. Almost 8,000 of these motorcycles were in the war, and many were actually dropped during the D-Day invasion. Royal Enfield continued making motorcycles after the war, and in 1949 started selling them in India. They got a closer relationship with India in 1952 when Madras Motors placed an order for 800 Bullet motorcycles for the Indian Army. And a few years later in 1955, they established Enfield of India. Eicher Motors acquired Enfield of India in 1994 and reestablished itself as Royal Enfield Motors Limited. 42 countries worldwide sell these beautiful motorcycles today. So why do I want to paint this painting? Well, every couple of years, my husband and I save up to take a special trip. And in 2018, we saved up to go to Italy for my 50th birthday. We were in Rome, pretty romantic, and we were walking down an alleyway and we came across this bike. It had just rained, so there was mud splattered on it. You could tell with rust and just a little bit dirty. It was well loved. It was a workhorse. There was a few things that drew me to it. First of all was the heat signature, the heat tinting on the pipe. Looks like a rainbow to me. The bright light, obviously, it just right in your face. And really cool was the reflections in the gas tank. The rain had made it kind of clean, and so you could see the buildings. There's a photo, or myself taking the photo, my husband probably looking for directions on his phone where we're going next. It was quite a challenge to paint. I find that motorcycles a little bit more challenging than cars to create because I'm using a lot of colors. It's not just gray, there's rust colors and greens and things like that in there. So it's challenging to pull that off. On a personal note, this painting will always be very special to me. When I created this in January, a few weeks prior, my 10-year-old Labradoodle, who was also my best friend, my studio buddy, her name was Sully, she died from nasal cancer. And I'd never been hit with depression before, and it hurt. Hurt a lot for a whole year after that. But this painting took me longer than I would normally take for a painting. But I took a lot of time and tears. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and one day when this goes to a collector, I hope they know how important this painting is to me. It will always be very special in my heart, and so that's why I named it Sully's Royal Enfield. Every week I answer a question from social media or a show, and this week's question comes from Sandra on Facebook, and she wants to know if I like any other kinds of art besides what I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. I love paintings and sculptures. I also love design, like homes, buildings, the Guggenheim, Frank Lloyd Wright with Falling Water. I also love furniture design, like a Stickley, that sort of thing. One of my big passions, though, is when we go on trips. My husband and I take trips now. I take pictures of street art. I think that's just cool stuff. Before I was a painter on smaller canvases, I did paintings on murals on walls. And so I like some of that big street art that you see by Banksy or Blub, things like that. So yeah, when we go on trips now, those are the photos. Besides buildings and pictures of ourselves, I take pictures of street art that I think is pretty cool. And keep that in my photo album. So thank you, Sandra, for asking. Thank you for visiting today. If you like this video and you'd like to learn more about my paintings, the vehicles that inspire my art, or my process, please subscribe below. You can also follow me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or my website, shanfannin.com. Thank you for supporting the arts. Take care.